good. Yawa, ha, ha. Yiwa, ha, ha. Hey, ha. Yiwa. Uda, huma. Mayoni, Wilongia.
Bell said something like that. Mike has all the rosters. I go, I don't give a shit. No, he's got him. Don't let him down. He's got him. This is a screw with I go, I don't need him anyway. What do you mean? I don't ever talk about the other team. I don't ever say their names anyway. You know, I rarely do. I rarely do. She goes, well, that's not me. When they got Melon. I'm like, well, sometimes I say, maybe the team scores or some bitch.
Got Briar.
She's like, you're terrible.
She shows up in only.
I just get in. Again, what's her name? And Rob will be like, oh, her name is Sarah the Little again.
Well, that's the problem. Both you and I are used to it. It's not as bad as Rob does all the hard work.
Rob doesn't play by play.
Martha, you got your
far along.
where's Susie?
Poor Ben. He goes back and watches the weekend. Yeah, I can just see him sitting there all sad on his couch. Like, hey, why do you guys hate my fucking formation? Because you're in the wrong fucking one.
I don't know if you look at it. Maybe in the second half, there was one point where I go, one of them was all over. No, it's 2-0. And they're finally forced into making these changes. And they're really, really looking really well. And then, and the funny thing was, Rob said something along the line. What do you say? Or something like, it's not fun when you have to be down 2-0. It's like the game plan to get down 2-0.
We have a kick.
Whatever you guys do for Notre Dame, you do the same thing for them. Okay? Whatever you do for Notre Dame, you do the same for us. Yep. Right? So did yours graduate? I know. She took graduate from through ball to herself from the circle. Go next and 40 yards through the ball. She got nothing. Would have been continue.
I grew up a Hawkeye fan. My wife
I grew up in West Florida.
It's the first game.
Little wind-up perky.
All right, girls, let's go. There's dozens of people waiting to watch us play. They'd always be like,
I think they're both ready.
and I'd be like, check that. I think it's just a dozen.
Captain!
Coach, captain.
Coach, your team be properly equipped.
Ladies, you can introduce yourselves by hi. I guess we're not handshaking yet. Your team be properly equipped? All right. Ladies, you know the laws of the game, so my most important thing is to respect the game, respect yourselves, respect the opponents. You know, if we act like adults, that's the head, that's the tail.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they have plugged it in. I think they have plugged it in their software. One chip.
Okay.
One chip feed in the pool.
All right.
Good luck.
Have fun, ladies.
And they're the subset.
Let's go, ladies. Dozens of people waiting to watch you play today. Come on. Let's go!
They might get kicked out. They're a little rowdy over there.
I know, it's going to be hard to contain them, so,
I wouldn't be surprised.
You're high.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting night of Irish women's soccer here as we open up IHSA regional play tonight versus Rock Island High School. Common opponent that we have played. We did play the first game of the year, and I believe the result was 6 or 7
or 8, yeah, to nothing.
Nothing Notre Dame at that time. So I'm sure, Rock Island's a different team at this point, and as we are. But it's a beautiful night. Arguably the finest high school venue to play soccer in the state of Illinois, right here, and the pitch looks wonderful, as you can see. And our girls are ready, and I'm sure the Rocks are ready from Rock Island, and we're ready to kick off here in a few minutes.
Yeah, like you said, I think we played them first game of the year. I know at that time we were missing some of our volleyball girls because there was a little bit of crossover between the volleyball and the soccer season, so you don't know what they were missing, and that game was a long time ago, so I'm sure they're coming out, not really looking at that result, just going to try to come out and put out a better performance tonight here in the postseason. Yeah,
definitely a good point that we're sharing. They were sharing athletes back and forth. We were sharing athletes back and forth at that time, and we're different now too. I mean, we've had a different, especially back line here for a few games now, and I wouldn't even call it a new lineup at this point. I mean, I think they've kind of been thrown into the fire, and they're doing a great job with some of these younger kids with our injuries. And unfortunately, every time we kind of come out to a game, I look and I see somebody else is in a boot. But, it looks like we're missing Casey tonight as well.
Yep.
And we'll, just kind of add that to the list of the walking wounded around here.
That's right. We dealt with it a lot in the spring with our boys team. And, I think a little bit had to do with, COVID not having much of a preseason and the guys not coming in super fit and had a lot more injuries than we're used to having, and I think the girls are dealing with that a little bit right now as well. But yeah, we're excited just to be here tonight. It's a beautiful night. Field looks great, and can already tell right off the start here with the Irish. Looks like they've made a change in the midfield, and they're going to come out with 2 attacking mids tonight with Tegan and Kaylee Carew.
Yeah, that looks good. I like that. I like that lineup, and I think that bodes well for us in terms of our personnel and not just what you can put out there right now, but what you can put out throughout the game.
An early chance here for Rock Island, though.
Nice tackle there by Soka. A little long touch there by 16, and
not the way you want to start this game, though. Lexi Thompson. Yeah, not the way you want to start the game if you're the Irish. An early chance, a Rock Island player dribbling free into your own 18, and then not winning a 50-50 ball, another ball back into your box. So you need to kind of wake up here a little bit.
Yeah.
And I know it's a regional semifinal, and you're a high seed, but you got to come out and take care of business.
Yeah, I mean that's probably sometimes the hardest thing. You look at the seeds sometimes and feel like I can show up and win this game, and that's really not the case at this point. Everybody knows that you lose, you go home. You turn your uniform in tomorrow, and that's really not a. But if that doesn't motivate you to continue on, I don't know what can. But you definitely got to take care of business and take care of business if you can do it early and get some rest and get the legs and get a lot of people in there, get some people some experience in a game that's got a lot of bearing. Well,
you made mention of it before the game, Matt. You're talking about the crowd. There's not much of a crowd here tonight. You got to bring your own energy. It's a postseason game. You got to get yourself ready to play. There's a half chance, a shot from a little outside the 18. Didn't have much on it. But, again, we're not spending a lot of time in their half right now.
No, we're not. And they've got some speed up top.
That was number 17, Denise
Carr. She really broke free there and had a nice little chance and really put a shot on frame that deflected off of her own teammate and was knocked down. And I think if that didn't hit her, I don't know where that ball ends up. We were not very aggressive to come off our line as a goalkeeper either, kind of clear that ball when I thought maybe we would have done that. So Irish need to wake up here a little bit, you know. Need to find feet, need to play the way they want to play.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right there. I think we just need to get the ball down and just start moving it. You know, right now it just, there you go. Just a simple pass to get it going, connect 3, 4, 5 passes to start to move them a little bit.
Good decision there to play across. Good decision by Dahlquist to bring it back out and turn around. Maya as well, little 1-2.
Ellen makes great overlapping
runs.
runs.
Yeah, she does. She really has an attacker's mindset back there. Great run. Great. You know, that all started by really Dahlquist by flipping the ball around, and then now we get a shot. So really good job there, and a little good build-up. That'll add to our confidence, hopefully, as we continue here.
Yeah, it was nice to see extra players around the 18 there as well. Tegan made a good run out of the midfield to the back post. Lucy held her shape, got there kind of late to the back post, was able to get a shot on target.
Well, I think you bring a good point up, and I think a lot of that has to do with our formation. You know, I think we're in a more attacking formation now that's going to get more numbers forward. I don't feel like we've ever had an issue defending all year. You know, I think we do a really nice job even with our young kids, and you know, I think Coach Ralph's made a really good decision to kind of to morph a little bit. But you know, the great thing about it is now you got a couple different things you can throw at opponents.
Yeah, I like it. I've always been of the mindset, if you think you have the better team, to make the opponent worry about you and defend you.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, right? You put them on their heels and you make them defend you, you pin them in, and you're going to continue to get chance after chance that way.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of coaches out there in the high school levels and really at the college level even more so that get so conservative with defending, and it's really not a fun game to watch, you know. I mean, I don't know how many kids want to play that style. You know? I mean, you're going to play it if you're getting a scholarship, but for the most part, you know, it's not fun to watch. It's not fun to play, and I mean, I'm not saying that you can't. You know, I'm not saying park the bus or anything, but man, some guys do. You know, they play for the ties and play for the 1-0 wins and score in the last 10 minutes. And you know, I'm a lot like you. It's like, hey man, if we got to win 5-2, we win 5-2. But hey, 5-2 is a win.
It's fun for the fans too to see some goals, right? Yeah, I like it. You know, there a minute ago, Maya did a good job holding her shape out wide. Carew played a ball wide, just didn't quite connect. But here we go, spend a little bit of time in their defensive third of the field.
You know, the thing that was just nice about this little build-up is that Gears makes a nice overlapping run and gets the service, and that's what makes us a little bit dangerous. They defend well, but they're also willing to get into the attack, her and Dahlquist, and they give us a different dimension that we don't always have.
Yeah, there was one of the situations you're not going to love, Coach, where Lucy got caught a little bit inside, and if she stays a little bit wider on the outside of her defender, there's some space to run and dribble into. Yeah,
there's a lot of space out there. They're pinched in as well.
There it is.
There it is, exactly, on that channel out there, and get some good service here.
I like it. We got 4 girls attacking the ball in the box.
Yeah.
I like to see that. We've had a tendency this year to see 1, 2, maybe 3 in the box, but tonight when we're getting the ball wide, we're consistently seeing a good 4 players in and around the box.
You know, and I think, you know,
this could be dangerous.
This is a dangerous ball here, but well played there.
Yeah, it's Lexi Thompson again staying high, and she's long and has those long strides. And that's a one-on-one situation there. We kind of talked about it in the normal community game where they kept 2 forwards high. You know, one little slip there, you don't have any help.
You know, I felt like we kind of handled it initially well, but then we kind of gave it away in a weird spot. And you know, here it is again, just high pressure by their 2 or 3 that are high, and we're having a hard time with it.
Yeah, Denise Carr and Lexi Thompson have been a little bit of a handful early in this game.
I'd like to see us get the ball on the deck here and knock it around a little bit, and we continue to want to.
Yeah, there you go. Just kind of kicking it, right?
Yeah,
and when we got it down and moved it a little bit, that's when we were having success.
We don't really, you know, with our personnel right now, we don't want to dump. You know, we want to work it up and play wide and get good service and switch the point of attack. And
well, I think there was a good example there when Jane got the ball. She just didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's another thing. If you're going to possess the ball, if you're going to string some passes, you got to have some teammates that are moving off the ball and giving you options.
That's a nice little run there by Maya to get into that channel there in between the backs. And, you know, I hope she did that on purpose. I want to believe she did it on purpose. She stays wide, and then all of a sudden that channel opens up and she gets the ball in there. And that was really good. I like this lineup. I like Horst behind. I like Horst sitting in kind of behind those 2 guys and letting them attack. And Horst has that ability. She can go forward as well too, and she can hit balls from distance. So I think it really adds to what we can do.
I'll tell you what, coming in for the Rocks, probably the best name on the roster, number 2, Say. How about that? And then we also had number 21, Jade Gasper, coming into the lineup. And here comes Celine Schick for the Irish to replace Lucy Burkett on the wing.
Yeah, I feel like Lucy's a little banged up. She's been banged up for a couple weeks, and you can tell she's a little gimpy there. And, you know, at this point, keeping her as healthy as we can would be important to us, I think.
Yeah, going back to what you said about the midfield, I also like Carew there and kind of that position where.
Great ball by Carew here.
A one-on-one opportunity, just wide for Tegan. She's looking for a deflection, and looks like they're going to give the goal kick. But kind of going back to what I was saying, Carew can strike the ball so well from right outside the box. So getting her more in a position where she can get that shot off more consistently.
Yeah, and I think what you're seeing here now too is we've become a different dimension. You know, with this change. Now Scurry comes off and Gerard comes in. Gerard can play in that central mid, and now Maya comes up into the middle, and now you've got Tegan that goes out wide. And it's just a complete different look, but it's just as dangerous and maybe a little more dangerous, you know, in terms of what you can do with the speed in the middle now and where she can run from.
This is just my opinion. I just think Tegan looks more natural out wide. She's got a little bit more room to work.
I think she'll gravitate that way at the next level, you know. Yeah, I think you'll see her play.
Look at her movement there.
Yeah, that was a great little run and a nice idea there by Carew to kind of thread that, but there was 2 good runners there as well.
I just like letting my athletes be athletes. And with Tegan out wide and Maya up top, it just you see them use their athleticism more. They're able to play both sides of the ball, make channeled runs off the ball, runs into space. They just look more comfortable in those positions.
Good win there by Carew.
And I love Claire at that attacking mid, too, because she can strike the ball with either foot.
Right.
She's had some goals this year with her left foot from outside the 18.
You know, and Maya does a really nice job when she's playing centrally to look wide. You know, I think when you have a tendency to be a wide player and then you're good enough to play inside, you know where the ball has to go. You know that those guys are going to be out in those channels. And there you go, just like you said, Coach. She can strike a ball, you know.
She can hit it.
Yep. I always enjoy when they do that. I mean, the girls for years here, you know, people don't realize it, man. They can do it. They can stick one, you know.
We see a lot of goals in the girls' game scored from out, you know, hard and high at scores. And I mean, Kaylee's had several of those goals this year. Claire scored some of them as well. So I like putting those girls in positions where they can be successful. Here we go, one-on-one opportunity. You know she's going to get a ball in the box.
Yeah, and then get a corner out of it. Yeah, and I think that you hit the nail on the head, Coach, early on. I mean, there's 4 girls in there, you know, looking to get on the end of these, and got a little. I play short here.
Yeah,
I'm not a big short guy, but I play short there.
2-on-0 is that's a great ball.
Oh, I think Maya got on the end of that, but they cleared it off the line.
That's one of my favorite serves. If you can put it in hard and low around the top of the 6, that's just trouble.
Hit it. Great strike. That's fine. We'll take it.
I like it. We're starting to get some shots. We're starting to control the game.
Yeah, definitely. And they got another corner out of it, looks like.
Now it's time just to get one of these in the net. You know, this is the time maybe you can start to change the momentum of the game.
Yeah, I think, excuse me, I think we've had to, you know, obviously, you know, somebody's going to come out and they want to beat you right away, and they're going to have a lot of energy, and you had to weather that a little bit in the first 8 minutes or so. But, you know.
It looks like Rock Island's a little confused on what to do with that single defender.
Oh,
this is an opportunity to hit it.
You know, here Horst can hit it. I like that Maya just quick hit, you know, but I think you're right. I think, excuse me, the momentum has changed a little bit, and you know, we're definitely the better side right now, and we just gotta. I think if we get one, we're gonna probably get numerous tonight.
Yeah, you know what though, this is something we got to work on is our finishing. Yeah. I mean, in the big games, we've struggled to put the ball away. We've had our chances against the good teams that we've played, and we just haven't done a great job of finishing. And you look how many shots we already had in this game. You know, a good 5, 6, 7 shots, and we don't have a goal yet. So you really got to take advantage, almost like a training routine in this type of game. When you get your opportunities, you need to bury them. Get that confidence up. In the postseason, it's about confidence, about scoring goals,
getting in a rhythm.
Advancing. Yeah,
getting in a rhythm, really feeling confident about what you're doing. Great turn by Maya. Great run by Schick. Oh, just a little heavy on the touch.
But
oh boy, I mean, that was nice. I mean, for Maya to have her back to the goal and still see her, she had her head on a swivel. That was really nice.
Well, that's one of the things we talked about with Wardle. I mean, you watch her play basketball. One of her biggest assets is not just her scoring; it's probably her distribution, her vision. She's a great team player, and you saw there a great turn, and then picked her head up and found a cutting Celine Schick getting into the box.
Oh, here we go. Oh, man. I mean, that, like you said, you know, we are creating tons of opportunities. We have great runs into the box. It's just our execution, you know. That right there, I think that was Carew, and you could tell she got under the ball and just hit the, you know, it's just getting back to the basics, hitting right through the middle of the ball and redirecting it on frame, and, you know, you're going to get some.
A couple changes here for the Rocks. Number 15, Delaney Carroll, and number 18, Lauren Weeks come in for the Rocks. You know, the one thing right now, I will say that the forwards for the Rocks, they're keeping too high, and you know, I'm sure they're rested right now because they haven't gotten much of the ball. So you got to watch them on a counterattack. You can't fall asleep.
That's a good point. It's very easy to get kind of lackadaisical and sucked into what's going on. And here's a great chance. Great finish. I mean, and that's just that's what we need right there. You know, just a great finish. You know, a great service across the middle. You know, and Claire Gerard just does what she needs to do in terms of just finding the middle of the ball and just redirecting it past the goalkeeper. And there's nothing the keeper can do on that. That ball's low and hard. And I don't care if it's a boy keeper in there. They're not making that save.
No, it's a great ball in on the ground. It's almost like we picked out that pass. Again, low right across the top of the 6. It beats the keeper every time. That's an easy finish. And great composure from Claire not to try to overhit that shot, but instead just to pick her corner.
Place it.
And that's a great job. And that comes back to the consistent, you know, overwhelming pressure we've applied here probably for the last 10 minutes of the game. Ball after ball. We've got 4 girls in and around the box consistently, and we got our goal.
Well, and I think the one thing that I've been impressed with this team since day one is that their service to one another is quality. It's just that we just haven't scored many goals in terms of the amount of quality services they've given. I mean, we constantly put balls knee-high in the area. We constantly put balls on the ground in the area. We just have to finish.
You know, it's easy to say, right? It's harder to do, and that's and we talked about it. It's what has kind of been our Achilles heel all season against the good teams is scoring the goals. And you know,
great little touch there by Schick.
And we've seen it at the boys level. Sometimes you know you're doing everything right, and the ball's not going in the goal, and it's something you got to work through. And you know, players got to get more practice finishing, and then eventually, sometimes it's confidence too. You know, sometimes you start questioning your technique when you're striking the ball, and you get in your own head. So
it's hard. You know, I've made that comment many times in our broadcast that this is not an easy thing to do. It's easy for people to sit back on their couch and say, "Well, why didn't you score that goal? Or why you guys should have had 8 goals last night? You guys had 2. What's the deal?" Well, it's not easy.
It's one of the hardest things to do in sports, scoring a goal.
People are flying at you, and you know, people are trying to tackle you, and the ball takes a weird bounce, and you know, it's hard. Ooh,
that's a great shot.
That's how you draw it up right there, Coach.
That's perfect.
We're gonna 2v1, and I'm gonna play it out here in front of you, and you hit a left-footed shot to the side netting on the back post.
It's a great strike by Kaylee Carew. And again, you know, it's one of the things on the boys' side. We run a short corner. If you're gonna send one out there, we'll go 2v1 every day of the week. You know, if the defender doesn't come to you, dribble straight into the box and play a ball across on the ground. If they do commit to you, little overlapping run, dribble into the box, look for a shot or a cross. And I mean, I'm sure 100% she's shooting there, right?
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I mean, it looked like she was.
Looks like a shot to me.
She drove that to the back post. You know, I feel like for sure that was a shot. I mean, because we have a tendency for our services, man. We do lay things low and hard in there. So, and you know, she's one of the kids that can hit a ball from out there with either foot.
And that was left foot.
Yeah.
You got to keep the foot on the gas pedal right now and finish the game. You know, it's one of those things too. You're in the postseason. The sooner you can get a game like this done and get some rest, you know, it's one of the things. We played a lot of games in a short period of time this season, and you know, we talked about girls being a little bit banged up. So the quicker you can get some girls a break and rest up and move on to the next game, the better off you are.
Yeah, and you know, I'm happy our kids got to play the amount of games that they got to play in the amount of time that we were allowed to play. But the hard part is that the overlap. You know, I mean, we have girls playing volleyball. We have
basketball.
girls playing basketball that come right from this, but the basketball girls got a little break. The volleyball girls did not. You know,
there's like a 3-week overlap, I think.
That's hard, you know, when you're jumping and playing volleyball, and then you're coming out here and you're running, and you know, and I think some of the injuries you're seeing are a little bit overused stuff, you know, and hopefully we're never going to have to deal with that again. But that's a really hard thing to do.
And like I said, I think it was also the amount of activity they had coming into the seasons. You know, we talked about it with our boys coming into our season. We typically have the summer where we have all these contact days. We're playing games. We're getting them fit. And we had a little bit of time in an indoor space for some open fields contact days. And then all of a sudden you get a week to train, and then you're playing 3 games a week.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Pretty tough to acclimate, you know.
See if Mike can just get into the box here.
Yeah.
Just blow by her. That's it.
That's a great little touch.
Pick your head up and find a pass on the ground. That's exactly the way you draw it up.
That's what we rarely do we ever see poor service. I mean, I cannot remember a game where I go, oh my gosh, we can't get the ball to anybody. We can't give the ball to anybody's feet. We're always putting it where it needs to be. You know, we just have to get on the top half of the ball, you know.
Final touch. And we do sail a lot of our shots. And it's one of those things, it's a technique thing, especially when you start getting tired, you start leaning back. Everybody wants to watch their shot and see it go into the net.
Yeah.
And we tell people, just keep your head down and worry about striking it and keeping your knee over the ball.
We'll let you know where it goes.
Right.
And you'll know when you hear the crowd cheers, it went in. You don't need to see it. We'll show you the film afterwards. It went in.
But it's a natural tendency to lean back. And, you know, it's funny, when my girls' club team, I remember when they were younger, they just were trying to get the ball in the air to be strong enough to lift it. And I always told them, just focus on your technique, because as you get stronger, the ball's going to lift. Trust me. And, you know, if you learn bad technique when you're younger just to try to get in the air, you get older and you're sailing them into the baseball field.
You can't break the habit at that point. It's so hard.
So if you can just get it down, string a couple passes here. We want to get Ellen wide.
There we go.
Open it up.
And Tegan doing a nice job coming back and holding on to it.
Like you said, I just like the system. It's putting more pressure on the opponent. We also got wide backs that can get involved with Gears and Ellen. And again, the more numbers you're able to send forward, likely you're going to see the opponent send those numbers back.
Right.
The more numbers they have back, the less you have to worry about when they counter. It's a little breezy tonight, but it's like a mild breeze.
It's coming out of the south, so that's not too bad. I don't think we're not used to being up here at 6 o'clock for a 6 o'clock kickoff. We're used to a 7 o'clock kickoff. We're used to the wind dying down about 40 minutes into the first half.
You see Maya from that center forward position able to make that run out wide, and look at this. We got 3 good runs.
Yep.
Near post, middle, and far. They framed their goal well.
You got somebody coming on the D too as well. So I mean, it really was a nice group effort to get forward with numbers there, and
it's just easier to do when you got those 2 attacking mids.
Yep.
You know, you're at least going to get one of them around the box every single time.
Yeah. I just sent T. I mean, if you're not going to use her, I'd be putting that extra body in there.
That's one thing I saw earlier in the year, and you know, if you're not going to play her, you know, maybe just call it off and get her in the box.
Yeah, get her in there. She's a good. I mean, she could score. You know,
she's one of your best players. Right? There's been lots of corners this year where she's been standing out next to the touch line, and I don't know if that's where you want her to be.
Handball in the Irish here. See if we can organize here.
You know, we've done that before, where you take maybe a player that's not as good in the air and you bring them out just to draw an extra defender out, but we're probably not going to take one of our better players, one of the girls we look to score goals, and have her just stand out there, right? Oh, this is trouble. This is what Maya gives you right here. And this is what we didn't have much of the year, but right there you can see Maya's just able just to make a run.
Oh, hits the post, bangs it. Oh boy, what an effort though to track her down and win the ball and then get a shot off like that.
But that's what Maya gives you at that point forward. She's a one-man counterattack.
Yeah.
You know, you play a ball in the space, and you even saw there she had the defender had probably a 10-yard jump start on her, and she took off and ran right by her.
And it was perfect. It was like the perfect storm. They threw about 6 people forward for that free kick, and we were able to kind of get out and go quick. But, you know, Horst made a really nice play there to kind of turn the ball around and Deeker, the defender, to think she was going one way and then found her. That was really a nice play by her in the back.
There was space, in front of Maya, to the left of Maya. I mean, you really couldn't have played a bad ball there.
Nope.
You just play it forward and you let Maya go get it.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Maya can make you look like a great passer.
Yeah.
She plays with my club team, and you put a ball around her.
She'll run it down.
She'll get it.
Yeah.
It's a great ball wide here. Is that Lucy over there now? Yep.
You got to win that ball back now. Come on, kid.
That's one of the things for Lucy, with the way we've been lining up with the substitution pattern. She's been playing a lot on the left side.
Yeah.
And again, it's always tough for a right-footed player to play on that left side, and then you're telling them, get wide, take it wide, and then they're having to serve and score with their weak foot. On the right side, obviously, it's going to put her on her dominant foot to be able to get good crosses into the box. We got Carew and Scurry coming back in for the Irish. Looks like Maya's going to shift out wide. So Maya now has played the right, the middle, and the left.
Looks like Mayani comes in for the Rocks, and also Say comes in for the Rocks as well right now.
Sloppy on that pass.
Here, yeah. Good win there.
Yeah, and when you're not going to make every pass is not going to be a perfect pass. You're going to make some mistakes. It's like, how quick can you get the ball back, right? Took us a little bit there to kind of win the ball back and get possession.
Sure did a nice job of holding that ball up.
Claire is running free right now if we can get a ball in the box.
We'll take the corner. Looks like Lucy got knocked a little bit off that service.
Yeah, Maya drew the one defender they had back inside the 18, and Claire was running free there on the back post. If that stays in bounds, Claire maybe gets an easy finish. Here we go. Let's see. Now, here's one of those things, too, Coach. What do you think? You've had several opportunities to go short. Do you keep going short, or you say, at this point, let's get some practice putting a ball into the box and making our runs just to prepare for the next game?
Yeah, I'd probably. They've sniffed it out at this point. They get it. They're taking two people out there. I think at this point, like you said, we start driving some balls in the area and work on finishing.
Just kind of work on it, right?
We need to be a little better at it.
We do. Because I think once we get a little bit deeper in the postseason, teams are probably going to send two out there and not let you do that. It's not going to be there.
They're gonna be wise to that because they're probably doing the same thing. Good tackle there by Gears.
Just move it quick. 1 and 2 touch. Keep it moving again. That's it. Ellen maybe could join in here.
Yeah, a little too much there from them.
Yep.
A little too many touches there from Tegan. Got away with a little pull there, but I think he was going to let her play advantage.
Again, in this middle third of the field, you just want limited touches, move the ball, move off the ball, and that's nice from Tegan.
Nice. I love the stutter to clear the space. And
that's
great save by the keeper, but Maya stays with it and buries it. Excellent job there. Great. Once again, ball on the ground to somebody's feet. It just in terms of quality, if we were getting points for quality service, nobody could beat us.
Great combination play down the right side too. Tegan, that pass and move type run was fantastic from Tegan, and then she picked her head up and found a good ball into the box.
Great job, great finish by Maya to stick with it after the initial save, and then the Irish lead here, 3-0? 3-0 at this point.
Yep. It's one of those things, the Irish have given the Rocks a lot of looks here, moving personnel around into different positions. And also for Coach Ralph, it's going to be a good opportunity to look back at this and maybe see some combinations that he likes, that's working, that maybe we can use going forward. And obviously in the age of offsides there, in the age of, I guess we're just going to let the keeper have it. But in the age of film, everybody's looking at each other's film. So just to make people think about what they're going to see when they play the Irish.
That little build-up there by Rock Island was dangerous because we released that outside mid and we just let her go. And I think we've got to be a little more cognitive of that. I think, Lucy was on her and just kind of released her and say, hey, I'm a forward. But, hey, at that point, you can't let her go. And we were able to build up. So we've got to be – somebody's got to be communicating with her saying, hey, you got to drop in. You know, we'll regroup after we win possession, but you got to drop in and stay with that mark and not release her.
Tell you what, our backs got to be careful because the Rocks are keeping 2 up there, and they're kind of baiting our backs into making some of those square passes, and they're ready to jump it.
Yeah.
You got to be careful back there. So again, move the ball quickly to break their press, and then spend some time down in their end.
Good effort there by Carew. She works hard, man. She works really hard every game.
We got 15, Delaney Carroll coming in for the Rocks. Looks like she's going to go towards the back line.
Actually, Kelly, you say Bridget go center. Kelly, I'm going to have you go
So this is another good training opportunity. This is where
we are very pinched.
Yeah, we're very pinched in, and Rock Island's got a lot of numbers behind the ball, and that's actually one of the things we've struggled with in some of our recent games when we played Champaign Centennial and Champaign Central and Normal West, a team that kind of naturally fell into a couple banks of 4, and you got to know how to break that down. You got to spread out. You got to get the ball wide. And you got to get balls like this in the box.
And right now, but look at our back. Look at the weak side. There is nobody to be found holding shape, and that's just not beneficial to us.
Yeah, I think Maya, came from that left side, made a diagonal run across, but it's okay to make that run. But then we need a midfielder to kind of fill. So Claire maybe to fill into that back post. Because you know what's going to happen when Maya makes a run across. We're going to deliver a back post ball, and no one's going to be there. That's just how it works, right?
Yeah, and it's just the other thing too. You get pinched like that, and if they're able to break out and counter against us, we're not going to have good defensive shape either.
Right.
And right now we still are unbalanced,
Tell you what, Celine, she seems to do a great job of holding her shape out wide when she's out here. You could even see there she was backpedaling as the ball started to shift.
The amount of space that she's creating by staying wide right now for Scurry is unbelievable, that for that point forward to move into.
Exactly.
But, we don't do it enough.
Yeah, we've seen that when we played Maya up top in the middle. When our wings stay wide, it gives her opportunity to make those channeled runs into those spaces from inside to outside.
Nice run there by Ellen Dahlquist, an overlapping run to carry the ball into the area and get good service. And Scurry almost got on the end of it.
It's another thing, too. We don't play another game till Friday. You got to take advantage of these minutes to kind of get your fitness in as well. I'm starting to see as we get the ball forward, we're not aggressively making those runs into the box like we were early in the game. So you got to continue to make those runs and get your fitness levels up.
We're 30 minutes in, and there's a lot of standing right now. And, you can see, especially on the backside, people aren't really willing to get into it.
Right here, I want Ellen to sprint up and get square.
And we're just not wide enough on that side as well. I mean, look at the bodies in there.
Yeah.
She's surrounded by 4 people. We give it away here. We've got to get wider so we have options to pass to, and this could be, they got 2, like you're saying, they got 2 high, and they're fresh, and we've made some overlapping runs with our outside backs, and we've got to be cognitive of where they are and what they're trying to do.
Yeah, Thompson and Rice are staying high. You can kind of tell it's probably the game plan from Rock Island coming into the game to maybe defend with 9 and keep 2 high, and then try to break on counters, maybe bait the Irish into getting numbers forward, and then break off with some speed and athleticism on counterattacks. It's similar to what we saw with Normal Community. They played out of that 3-5-2 here recently. A great game with them on Saturday. Teagan back in for the Irish, but they kept 2 forwards high and central, and anytime they won the ball, they could play the ball directly forward, and they were causing us a lot of problems doing that.
Yeah, and we look a little tired right now. We look, shape-wise, I felt like we've looked really good in the first 20 minutes or so. But as we've kind of worn down a little bit, we've got to the point where I mean, the amount of numbers around the ball now are hard for us because we just aren't in good shape.
Well, you know, we were praising the Irish early in the game for getting 4 in the box on crosses. You look at that cross right there. We had 2, 1 to 2. You know, Claire making the run central and Celine kind of coming late. You know, we got to continue to do what we're having success with, is getting those numbers in and around the box.
That's when we're very dangerous, when we get numbers forward and we get good service. But first and foremost, we got to get the ball on the deck, and we got to knock to feet and hold possession and get together as a team and get back as a team.
Yeah, seeing a lot of the games we've played this year, we've had success when we get the ball down and use our technical ability.
I mean, that's a great.
That's it. Good example of it.
Right there with Claire getting the ball and getting the ball wide. And here's a nice run from Tegan in the channel. Great finish. You know, just Tegan stayed wide, got to that run in the channel. But it all starts right here from Gerard. Gerard gets the ball off the bounce, plays it wide, and gets it to where we need it to go so we can change the point of attack and we get in. That's awesome.
What do we talk about? Simple soccer, right?
Yep.
Just connect a couple passes. You'd be surprised what opens up for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes, you know, our opponents force us into playing a little bit direct. And when we get into that back and forth direct game, you know, you might call it kickball back and forth. You know, it usually benefits the opponent. It doesn't benefit us. What's that clock say down there? About 8.5 maybe? 4-0, 8.5 minutes left in the first half. This is 23, Kayla Rice for the Rocks getting forward. And Abby Soka making a nice play just to kind of break up that attack. First time in here for the Irish. Ellie Bears coming in for Claire Gerard. Claire put in a great shift. Get the bench getting a little excited down here for the Irish. Again, you want to see Notre Dame finish the half strong.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like we talked about. I know it's a 4-0 game. You kind of feel like you got things in hand right now. But again, in the postseason, you got to win a state championship. You got to put in 80-minute games.
Yeah,
you can't put in 20, 40. It's got to be a consistent 80. And you don't want to get in bad habits. You want to play every minute you have on the field as hard as you can possibly play, because like you said, you never know when it's going to be your last.
Yeah. You know, Rock Island is knocking the ball around a little bit right here. You know, I mean, they're playing hard. You know, obviously nobody wants to be done.
It looks like they're starting to get some numbers forward. You look here, we've got
like
a
change their formation a little bit.
We've got a three.
Oh, nice little ball right there on the defender's backside. Nice save by the keeper as well.
Just tell you, when Tegan's out on that wing, it just feels like she's more involved in our attack.
Yeah.
And man, she is a threat with her pace and athleticism to cause problems out there. Here, like we talked about,
I like
putting the ball in.
But you still got your girl sitting out there that's probably going to be one of your best finishers. You know, she's got to get in there and try to get on the end of that stuff.
Yeah, I know the way we typically do it. Don't want to give away all our secrets, but if we send 2 out there and we're not going to go short, we just call it off and send that player back into the box.
Rock Island has upped the ante a little bit here. As of now, there's some hard tackles, which clean hard tackles, but they definitely got different numbers. Trying to get forward now. At this point, what do you got to lose?
Yeah, why not, right? You know, I think it's one of those things. You come into a game like this, maybe you're thinking sit back and counter, but then once it becomes a score line, you know, for the first goal, okay, we'll hang in, we'll continue with the system, what we're trying to do. 2, all right, maybe we can come back from 2. Gets 3, 4, 5. You got nothing to lose. You got to come out and play.
You got to go. Nice settle there. Really nice settle there out of the air by Kayla Rice. I mean, she took that ball on the side of her foot and brought it right down.
This is it. This is good. Just moving the ball, connecting some passes, getting more numbers forward. You know, the nice thing about connecting a few passes, you're able to get more players forward. You see Jane able to carry the ball forward. Now we got a lot of players around the box.
I thought Horse was going to have a go
Yeah, it
there.
looked like she was going
I was
to.
like kind of excited for her because I know she can hit it. You know, but that's what happens. Like you said, you get numbers forward, it clears space, and all of a sudden you got a kid like that. They can have a go. You know, all of a sudden it's in the back of the net. About 4.5 minutes here now. Towards the end of the half. You know, this is a crucial time. Tons of goals are scored in the last 10 minutes, and you got to kind of button the hatches down in the back. And you know, if you can counter here and get another one, that could be big for us.
Need some pressure here.
Yep,
Good
well
from
done
Celine.
by Celine. Oh.
Kaylee's making the run centrally here. She might get there a little late, but she's free if we can find that square pass to Kaylee.
Oh,
there
good
she
decision.
is.
Well done.
Yeah, I mean, she made a good run, came in late. Celine held it up, allowed an extra player to get in the box. Tegan laid it off for Kaylee, and, you know, Kaylee probably had more time than she thought she had there.
Yeah.
Probably could have taken a touch and got a little bit more of her weight forward on that shot.
See if the Irish can win a 50-50 here and lock it in. They've been doing a nice job of that today. There we go. Oof, little cut back there, well done. Little, maybe play a little quicker here and get it off our foot.
Yeah, I think looking back on that play, I
Good
think
decision by Horst and pulling that ball out here.
you can see there's these one-on-one situations with really no help. You know, Jane's kind of getting back a little bit late. You know, I think that's one of the things we got to watch going forward is when we're in situations where our center backs are 1v1 with no help.
Yeah, and it looked like, really looked like Soko wanted to play back. You know, I think she's used to doing that with Jeanette and you know, two different keepers, and you know, one's very comfortable with her feet and the other's not. And I think she kind of, you could tell she kind of looked that way and like, oh, you know, Jeanette's not in. But you know, I think we're used to doing that, and which is good for us, and it's like having an extra field player at times out there for us.
Looks like Abby Soka's going to take a break, and Kaylee Crew's going to move back to center back for the Irish. Good little slip ball.
Nice ball by
from
Bear
Bear to Gerard. Great cut. That's her move. And onto
Well
her left
done.
foot. I like that from Claire, just that little cutting run. Again, Claire, I think, is just a more natural attacking midfielder. She can score goals. There's a bouncing ball. You need to get on that one.
Backline's doing a decent job of organizing. You can hear him talking. And, I wish we were a little tighter right now. 16's loose.
Claire's got some space. Continue the run. There we go.
There comes Ellen.
There she
did it again.
goes.
There's a nice little overlapping run.
You kind of see her pick those runs, maybe 3 to 4 to half.
Exactly. A little heavy ball, but I think that ball's a little softer. She's going to find herself on it. A little wider, too. I would have liked to seen Scurry kind of bring that ball down and play to, you know, either Bear or to Gerard there. That's a tough one to try to flick with your head, not seeing what's behind you.
Maybe a little. Kaylee's on it, see if she can find a pass and we can build this up a little bit. It's great from Jane, finding Claire.
1 minute.
Good touch there by Bear to find space.
Oh, a good little slip ball into Scurry, right onto her right
well
foot.
Struck. Well struck.
That's a nice build.
You know, yeah, exactly. I mean, girls are making good runs, and they're finding space in between their back line, and you know, you got to praise them for that. You know, I know it's not the result, and we don't like to see it go over, but you got to praise them, tell them they did a nice job, and got a quality shot off.
That's a string of 4 or 5 passes from almost the midfield stripe, and it starts with Carew just laying off a simple ball, playing the way she faces. Jane into Claire, Claire into Ellie with a nice turn into Scurry, right on her right foot. So not only was it quick touches, but it was also playing the ball in the right areas.
15 seconds to go here.
Yeah, Ellie finding some space. Just missed the pass. Scurry was making a diagonal run. Short time here. We're under 10 seconds.
Really nice half by the Irish. You know, up 4-0 at half, in control. Definitely getting numbers forward and attacking. You know, definitely we need to finish. We probably could have finished 7 or 8 by now, but you know that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But at the same time, you know, we have to be happy with where we're at this point.
Just got a notification on my phone from Sheaf. She asked us to announce that a student will be walking around collecting donations for Tessa Sutton from Dunlap. Some unfortunate news recently, and I know Tessa far too well, and just a great young lady, a freshman at Dunlap, who recently got some just bad news, kind of a health scare, really unfortunate, and you know, we're going to send someone around here at halftime to collect some donations. We want to do everything we can to support Tessa, and if Tessa's listening, we want to know how much we're thinking about her and her family, and we know that she's tough and that she's going to get through this, and we're all going to be here to support her.
Yeah, for sure. That's you know, an unfortunate thing that no parent wants to deal with or hear, get that news, and we're definitely praying for her and for her family as well. So best wishes to her and a speedy recovery, and we know you're going to do it. There's nothing tougher than a girls soccer player, I always say. All right, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back in about 9 minutes. Enjoy. That's not. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a pretty short halftime.
Well, you were watching your phone the whole time, so
I got
we're going to try to get you off your phone here for a couple minutes.
I got things I got to look at.
You know, I know you're getting paid really good money to do this, so you need to pay attention.
I'm a multitasker. I get a lot of things done in a short amount of time.
That's right. You're watching family, so we'll cut you a break.
Yeah. I got things I got to do.
So we did mention right before we went to halftime, kind of gave a shout out to Tessa Sutton, and I just got a notification that she's watching the stream. So Tessa, if you're still watching, hope you're feeling a little bit better and then can get out of that hospital real soon and get out there and support the Dunlap Eagles. And I hope you guys do fantastic, except when you're playing the Irish.
Yeah. No, we wish you the best, and we like I said, there's nothing tougher than a girls soccer player, and we got nothing but faith and hope for you, and you're going to do a great job, and we can't wait to see you playing again.
Yeah, we need you back, Tess. Club team needs you back here, so get well soon. And so we're kicking off here the second half. Claire kicks it off. We go kind of direct down the wing, and Maya's on the ball. It's going to be out for an Irish throw.
Yeah, I think Keegan was making a run there to the corner. If Maya could have held it for just a second longer, I think we could have put that ball in the space there. Nice run here by Dahlquist. Good ball inside to Scurry. Scurry looking. Nice little, ooh. Man, I felt
close.
Yeah, that was tight. That was tight, but you know what? We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. The officials, they're right there. We're not there. We don't have the angle.
I think we've been really nice to the officials on these live streams.
Oh, for
Don't
sure.
You think?
Yeah, for the most part. I'm probably guilty every once in a while of being biased towards the Irish. There's a nice win there for the Irish. Nice 50-50 win with our head. I don't know how excited we were to go win it, but we did win it. So. Ooh.
Yeah, I've seen more nutmegs in this game than
Tell
I think I've seen all season long, and they're right in
second
front
or
of us.
third one. Ooh, almost another one. Doesn't happen very often in girls soccer.
No, yeah, you don't. Like I said, I don't know if I've seen one all year long, and I've seen two tonight, and they've been directly in front of us.
Good decision there by Gerard there to kind of hold on to possession, find Horst.
Yeah, I really like the run
nice
from
run,
Maya. But you know what? It wasn't about the straight-ahead run. It was the fact that she checked back first.
Yep.
She drew the defender out, and then she made a darting run, changed her speed, and got forward.
Great ball there.
It's a great finish.
Great finish. Yeah, the great thing about that ball, if you watch Maya, she put her head up. She looked twice to see where the runners were, and then she put it right there on Scurry's foot. So that's excellent job there. 5-0 Irish here. About a minute and a half in. Excellent job.
Yeah, I mean, coaching-wise, you can't script that any better. The movement of Maya to come back and draw our defender out, because then she could either make that run, which she did, or it opened up the space for Tegan to maybe make that run through from the attacking mid position. So just a great job. And I can't remember who played the ball to Maya, but it was a fantastic pass.
Horst.
Yeah.
Horst had a nice little she brought the ball across the middle, and actually a nice left-footed pass to her into that channel there. Really nice job.
Can't script a better start here to the second half. We're less than 2 minutes in, and the Irish go up 5-0 here in the regional semifinal game. Actually, I don't know what they're calling this. This could be trouble.
Trouble here.
Good recovery from Carew to deflect that shot from the rocks. But, you know, traditionally it's 2 games in the regional. You have a regional semifinal, regional final, and you crown a regional champion, and then you move into your sectional for a semifinal and a final. This year, just looking at some of the documentation from the IHSA, they're almost calling, you know, the regional final a sectional quarterfinal. So I'm not 100% sure if they're going to crown a regional champion or if they're just going to crown a sectional champion. I know in 3A they do talk of regionals, so I don't know if it's in 3A they're doing regionals, and 2A they're doing sectionals. Great ball from Scurry. Tegan with a classy finish.
Excellent finish there. Just excellent. Just great patience by Scurry, too, to let the defender come at her, and then knowing that she was making that run and then playing it at the right moment so that she was on sides. It's just a great little build-up, a great little run. And so, you know, back to what you're talking about, regionals and sectionals, I think, this has probably been over 10 years, maybe more, that at one point when we first made the jump, so it's almost been 20 years now, that when we first made that jump to like 1 and 2A soccer from the girls' side, they kind of put you in sectionals and didn't really award a regional there for a couple of years until the numbers kind of built up. So they not that we have low numbers right now, But there could possibly be some teams that decided not to play. So the IHSA might have fewer numbers this year than what they normally do on the 2A side.
Well, on first for me, I saw Morton is getting a bye to the regional final, or what would typically be the regional final. And you don't usually see something like that. I mean, there's years where teams are playing regional quarterfinals.
Yeah, because you got different. I'm sure it's a numbers thing for them and who decided to play and who didn't decide to play. Hopefully we'll be through this and move on. Somebody said that the governor might have said that June 11th we're completely opening up, and somebody said that to me when I was in the barbershop before I came over here. I want to make sure my hair looked good for my
you look great.
Broadcast.
Well, we'll make sure to get you on camera before the night's over, Brian. Right?
Please don't. Make sure you do it for the kids. Come on, guys.
But no, I saw that same thing on Twitter just here earlier this afternoon. So that'd be huge. I mean, at that point, that's the full restore plan, and we're looking at professional events with fans, unlimited fans again. I guess that would mean, and sporting events, hopefully, no longer requiring masks and full attendance and kind of getting life back to normal.
Yeah. Sports are a big part of our lives, fortunately, unfortunately, however you look at it. I mean, that's how people do things and what they want to go see and do. And, my wife's family's from Iowa, and, my nieces and nephews, they didn't stop doing anything in terms of their sports, and their seasons were the same. And we've been up to Iowa recently. In fact, I was there over the weekend, and there's stores. You walk in, and I've got my mask and my hander on, and I look around, and I'm the only one with it on. And my brother-in-law said a few months ago they like flipped a switch. It was just like, we're not doing it anymore. Yeah. So it was kind of a little odd at first, but then it was somewhat refreshing. I've noticed even around here in Peoria, there's some stores now that are taking the signs down as well. So,
well, it's also a little confusing with the vaccinations and do you need your mask? Do you not need I went into Walgreens the other day, and there was a sign up that said masks were required, and then I got inside and it came over to the announcement that if you're vaccinated, you didn't need your mask. Yeah. So it's confusing right now. Again, I think moving to full restore here on June 11th, then it takes all the confusion out of it.
Yeah, and I think our kids need to be back to normal. Our kids need to.
We have
I got an injured player. She just took herself off here. Looks like Kayla Rice has come off, and Irish are going to take the opportunity to sub as well. And
yeah, Sammy Lard coming in for the Irish out on the wing to replace Maya Wardle. Maybe that's the end of the day for Maya potentially. Possibly. Sammy's one of those freshmen that multi-sport athlete, basketball player, volleyball player, and a heck of a soccer player as well. So just a great overall athlete with some good size and speed. So we'll see what she's got here tonight. I like it from Rock Island here. They're not quitting.
No, they've got numbers forward
to play
now.
Hard, and they're going to try to get one. I mean, they're at this point it's likely the end of their season, but might as well go out with a bang and try to score a goal to wrap up your season.
No, they're pushing numbers forward, and they're not afraid to fight. And they've got some. They do have a couple dangerous girls up top that have caused us some problems early on until we kind of like, hey man, button the hatches down here and make sure these girls are marked up. And it's possible that we didn't see them the first time. That they have a tendency to they look a little bit like volleyball players, and they could have been playing volleyball still at that time.
Yeah, Lexi Thompson up top for sure looks like she could be a heck of a volleyball player.
And I did not go to that game. I did not see it, so I couldn't tell you if I recognize. I did watch it, but I didn't watch it close enough.
It's a little hard to
well
kind of
done by
zoom out.
Yep. Well done by Meredith there to kind of beat a couple attackers to try to find Lauren there, just a little behind her.
It's like the sweeper here, number 9.
Uda
Kimba. Kind of making a run forward. This is kind of her first venture forward, and she did some nice
did really
stuff.
Nice job. It had very technical on the ball.
Yeah, she's been just kind of cleaning things up in the back all night and made a little venture forward.
Mayani right there too as well, almost getting service off and then kind of locking it in here.
who's got her hands on her knees now. She probably that was the
run.
40, 50-yard run there, and then
she's
got to get all the way back.
Get the batteries recharged and do it again. And that's the ball that Scurry wants, that she can play with her back to the goal and then distribute off of it. That was, really well done there. Here comes Bentley making a run. I wish she would have continued that run out wide. I think, I believe the Schick really would have found her and played that ball to her if she would have continued that run.
Again, I just want to see the Irish continue to bring effort. We broke on that counter, and it took us a long time to get numbers forward there. Need to keep making runs, keep moving off the ball, keep talking, play this game out.
It's like what you said, too. When we can hold on to the ball, we can get numbers forward. And that's what's happening right here. Now, all of a sudden, look, you got 8 girls that are in the area in the offensive third, and we're going to, hopefully get a chance here.
It's Caitlin Bentley in the game for the Irish as well, just on the ball there.
Yeah, I'd want to see us finish this game out and as well. And we are still, our shape is a little misshapen. We're compact right now. Scurry's making a nice little run here. Schick's with her. Oh, good service.
Here's Sammy on the back post. Lays it off for Claire. Lays it off for Bentley.
Nice.
And just carries it over.
Unfortunate there, but, nice little. Sammy has her head up, plays to Claire. Claire's got her head up, plays over to Bentley, and we just, put one over the top.
One thing I'd like to see Ellen do a little bit more of, she's typically carrying the ball forward and looking for that slit pass either to the wing or to the center forward. I think she's got the ability to maybe even have an early service to that back post. And you could see there, probably from your perspective on the film, when Lauren made her run across the field, it opened up a ball into the back post. And I think Ellen has the ability to play that ball. There's another opportunity if we can find the ball wide to Ellen. Good little underlap run from Ellen to get forward. Lay off the horse. She's probably going to look to switch the point.
There you go. Now we're knocking it around.
Again, by doing this, swinging the ball around your back line, it pulls Rock Island out of their shell a little bit. Opens up some space.
Ooh, I really.
Too many passes,
yeah,
right?
One too many. Right at that point, let's have a go. You had space. Take one more little touch, set your left foot up, and have a go at it.
Yeah, she's top of the D there on her left foot, which has proven to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
Get that shot off.
Yeah, she's somebody that you really want to see shoot, and then let's frame. Everybody frame the goal and see what happens.
Sammy and looks like Jane over there working some combination play down the left wing. It's one of those things we talk about. It's hard. It's a 6-0 game. Second half, the game's kind of in hand. It's hard to keep that energy and keep that fight and that want. But again, it's the postseason. How many more games you got left in your season? Not many. So you got to keep bringing it. It's an opportunity to get some fitness, work on some things. I know at this point the coaches aren't saying they can't continue to score some goals. So keep attacking. Keep doing things the right way. Looks like the referee was checking on a previous head injury, and in those situations, the trainer has to clear the athlete before they can return to play. So the referee's just doing their job. Natalie Ivy just unfortunately slipped over the ball, lays it off to Claire, and there's that shot we were talking about.
That's what we want to see her do. She's got the ability to do that, and lay that ball off and have a go at it.
And I don't know if this is typically the position Bear there gets to that, wins that ball out of the air. Natalie, I think, typically plays more of a defensive type position, so getting an opportunity to run up front here. But she's a good athlete, too. She's got some good pace. I know I coached her brother, Jerry, and he was the same way. Played along the back line, but really good athlete and competitive and quick and fast. Good find from Ellie to Natalie up top and looking to play that ball through to Sammy.
Sammy trying to pinch in, and there's no space there. There's two defenders. She got to stay wide and make that run wide, and she's probably gonna have better luck of getting on the end of it.
I think the tendency for for players is to think, well, I'm coming in, I'm getting closer to the goal.
Got to get to the goal.
Got to get to the goal, but at the end of the day, they're doing themselves a disservice. They're putting themselves under pressure and killing the space. And that's one thing nice about the film we've been doing and maybe some of the commentary. Some of these kids can watch it back and see it.
See it and kind of hear what we're seeing compared to what they and granted, what we see compared to what they see is night and day. You know, they don't get to see it like we see it from above. I mean, it's easy from up here to look and see the space and where the ball should be, and you know, that's what I used to say as a coach is sometimes when assistants would get upset with somebody, I'm like, you got to know what she sees. I don't know what she sees. I'm not there. You know, I don't know how she reacts to somebody running at her or screaming at her on the other team. It's hard.
Sometimes I wish I could coach games from up here.
It'd be nice. It's funny you say that because I thought about that after we've been doing this for a while. I'm like, man, is there a way to get this, nice.
Sammy almost got one in there off the half volley.
Is there a way that our coaches can look at this? I don't even think it's legal on the soccer side.
Well, it actually is legal now. It used to be illegal to have a coach separate from the bench and communicating with the bench, but it's actually something you can do now.
I mean, that's what we do in football. I mean, you ever go up to even in a high school football game, these guys are looking at film the minute it's over. They've got a guy. I mean, I know
previous play, right? They're able to watch the previous play.
Yeah, I know we do it at Notre Dame, that our coaches are watching the previous play. They're documenting the previous play on an iPad. The offensive coordinator is, as soon as he's done calling plays, he's walking to the iPad, and he's looking at every play he just called to see what worked and what didn't work. I mean, they've got a live camera. Oh, here's a great chance here.
Oof. Ellie looked to just slip a little ball into the middle of the field, and Bentley almost got there.
They've got a live camera on the defense that they're calling against, and they've got a guy watching it, telling him what they're in. And I mean, it's unbelievable what they get to look at. Other sports at some point get that opportunity. Good decision by Schick there to kind of turn that ball outside. Ooh, nice little turn by Dahlquist. That was cheeky right there. That was nice. I think we're getting a corner out of that.
Some good defending by Rock Island there. She got her body in there and made a good play because that was a great turn from Dahlquist.
Really nice job there.
This is the tricky corner. It's got we widen the field here, and there's a little hill now over in that corner. So you're kind of coming downhill to then strike the ball for the corner kick. It makes it difficult, especially if you're not used to it.
It's no different than playing in a professional game where they've got the placards up right on your backside.
That's true.
You got to deal with it. Nice shot there. Good effort there by Sammy.
Probably not intentionally planned, but almost looked scripted there. Sammy came top of the box. Ball found her, able to take a touch and get a pretty good strike towards goal. Got about 24 minutes left in the game. We're 6-0 here. Irish lead Rock Island here in the first game of the postseason.
Well done by Bentley there to kind of bring that ball down. Yeah, 16, Lexi Thompson. She's somebody that really gave us fits early on, and I think we've been pretty cognitive of her and really haven't called her name much or seen much opportunity there as our defenders have really kind of locked her down since the first 10 minutes of the game.
I was a little worried about, 1-2 minutes into the game. She got off on a little run into the box. If you weren't with us right off the start, she broke away. And she was
twice.
Right early in the game. I was like, wow, we might be in for a long night. Yeah. But kind of turned it around there, 5-10 minutes into the first half and really got control of things.
Yeah, her and Mayani Walanda were giving us fits there in the first few minutes of this match, and really kind of you and I both were like, we need to get our stuff together back here,
Sammy, nice job just controlling things, settling down, picking her head up.
Yep, finding Bentley here.
And not a bad idea from Bentley, playing that diagonal ball to the back post. And, again, Sammy on it again.
Sammy did a nice job of just, taking that ball, laterally across the field. It was just open space up for everybody else. It's just sometimes that's one of the smartest things you can do is to kind of make that move with the ball across the field so that it opens up space for other people's runs.
So Lane's showing some nice technical ability on a couple pullbacks. Just a lot of simple little passes here, moving the ball, shifting the defense.
I like this.
This is where maybe, again, she always looks to find that pass. Maybe every once in a while just mix it up with that diagonal ball.
I like
that back post.
The ability there just to kind of knock it around and then find a probing ball right there into Gerard, and then she gets service. The keeper made a nice play there to not let that ball get across the 6.
Keeper's made a couple nice plays tonight.
She has.
You know, handled a couple. I mean, she's kind of been under a lot of pressure, and some of the ones she's not going to save when it's 6 yards out right in front of her goal. But when she's been called upon, she's made a couple nice plays.
Yeah, she's done well.
Couple changes here for Rock Island.
Yeah, it's Addie Baumlim is the goalkeeper tonight for Rock Island.
There's a couple listed on the roster there. So if that is Addie, she's a freshman. Done a nice job for a freshman.
Really well.
Jane making a run forward. Looking to feed in Natalie. Lays it off for Jane. We just keep some composure, knock it back, build it up. It's a good find from Meredith Allen. We had to call her name a lot tonight, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that was a good find there. Nice splits here, you know, and finding those passing lanes. Our girls are doing those central mids are doing a nice job of moving around a little bit, side to side to get into those passing lanes. You know, just holding on to possession, knock it around. It's going to open up some things for us to find those probing balls to the front runners.
Yeah, like we talked about, it's something we need to continue to do when we play the better teams and not get, you know, for example, another great play by the goalkeeper, coming out, being aggressive, leading with her hands. Yeah. I mean, you were a goalkeeper. I mean, that's good technique.
Yeah, right there. You want to put your hands in your chest on the ball, and you know, that way, if it skirts to them, you got body coverage on it. And she did a nice job of that, not getting it, let it get to any farther in there. Because Ivy was making a nice little run there. That was actually a well placed ball for that run, and that goalkeeper just came out and nullified the whole thing.
But I know you watched the Dunlap game, and it was just, you know, the game became very physical, became very emotional. It's like you get the ball, you got to go score. They get the ball, they're going to go try to score, and it kind of got taken out of the way we want to play.
Yeah.
And so I think as we get into some of these, you know, more difficult games, I mean, it's going to start with the next game. You know, likely we're going to have Geneseo, and they took us here 1-0 on our field. And they're a team that's built of some size and strength and athleticism and speed, and they want to play a little more direct, but they don't have the technical players that we have.
Right. You know, and they do it. The one thing Geneseo does really, really well is they tuck those outside mids back in when you're trying to attack. And I think this formation will give them a little bit more fits than what we were in when we played them the first time. But they're very disciplined. They tuck in with 6 defenders when they need to, and they make life hard on you. You know, there's always that press of the ball, but support behind it and almost cover as well too, which is really hard to break down. You know, it tends to make people just stand and become stagnant. And we did that at times. You watch that film, we stood and we just quit trying to attack. And we're going to have to break that down when we get to do that again.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you can talk to Geneseo as a girls program, but they're one that's been there, you know, the sectional level type program for years.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I would say for the last really 15 years or so, 10 to 15 years, you know, 12 to 15 years, they've been somebody that's just a stalwart in terms of, hey, you know, you're going to see them at that. They're definitely going to be the regional championship with you if you're in the regional with them. But if they're at the sectional with you, they're going to probably be one of the top 4 teams in the sectional when it comes time. You're going to see them in the semifinal, or you're going to see them in the final. But yeah, they've got some kids. They've developed a decent club there on the girls' side.
Yep.
And it's done nothing but you know, help their high school program.
Yeah, I've seen that. You go out to club tournaments, you see the Geneseo youth program. They wear the green and white, and they get these girls when they're young, and they start getting them to play together. And that's one of the things, they develop. I think they play together from a young age.
Yeah.
And they know they're going to go to Geneseo, and they start to build that camaraderie within their team, and that's why I think they're a competitive team year in year out on the girls' side.
It's interesting because I mean they're just if you kind of look to where they're at, there's no other competition in terms of a school that they might go to. They're all going to go there. It's a really strong community, and I think they're pretty successful. Not only on the girls' soccer side, but the boys' football, obviously,
their
and
boys' soccer
wrestling.
program is
They've
good.
got a nice wrestling
Yep,
program
absolutely.
as well. So there's a lot of success in that school, and there's no reason why. Girls soccer and boys soccer can't be the same way. They've had some boys sides that are pretty decent as well. I think we've seen them as well at a sectional before.
We have.
So.
One thing about Geneseo too, I mean, they always show up to play. I mean, they're competitive. They play hard.
Yeah, they take their athletics seriously.
They do.
I mean, they've got an unbelievable training facility there now too. An indoor training facility, and that stuff that's when you have stuff like that, it's just going to make all your programs better.
See if Celine can dig this one out. That's Uda Kimba again making a play, coming across the field, digging that ball out. She's a little bit out of position now and opened up the middle here that might slip under the bar.
Oh, a little lackadaisical there. Sammy almost rose up and could put one in there, but heck of a shot there by Bentley.
Yeah, Bentley, a senior who's, paid her dues with the program and been a great teammate here at Notre Dame, and it's great to see her get an opportunity to come out here and showcase what she can do.
Yeah, she did a nice job there. Got forward and got the ball in her foot and really ripped one there.
You look at it, the Irish too. We've got a lot of multi-sport girls out there too. Right there on the ball, Celine. She's a member of the basketball program, and alongside of her you got Claire, and she's a heck of a volleyball player as well. And Ellie played basketball. Sammy plays basketball and volleyball. I can go around the whole thing.
Yep.
Jane's a heck of a volleyball player.
I mean,
Ellen played volleyball. So.
Yeah, there's almost every one of them out there, is a two-sport athlete. Some of them are three-sport athletes. You got to share them at a school our size, but at the same time, I think it's beneficial to our kids because, they're using different body parts in terms of muscles and staying fit and staying healthy when they're playing different sports.
We got things being thrown at us here from the Irish bench. Got to watch ourselves up here in the tower.
Something being thrown.
I think it was a gummy worm.
That's a great find there by Gerard to Sammy.
So we got about 14 and a half minutes left. Again, 6-0 here in the second half, regional semifinal, and a good run here and a pretty good tackle. I'm not sure if he's calling for a foul. I think he is going to call a foul here. So hey, we got to defend a set piece here. We haven't had to do this all game.
Kayla Rice fast, but Carew just as fast and really able to kind of track her down. And I don't know, kind of looked like they both were on the ball and kind of fell here.
I mean, wow, that was close.
Dangerous there.
Good ball in.
Yeah.
The center official there kind of had to rely on the AR to make the call.
Yeah, I didn't hear the whistle either.
Wasn't sure if he was going to call a throw or a foul, and he kept it up in the air for the foul. So, but hey, nice ball in there from Rock Island. Just kind of bounced wide of the far post.
Yeah, they threw one in there. That was a little dangerous. I would have liked to have seen us be a little more aggressive to go up and kind of win that at its highest point, but it's tough when there's a lot of bodies around you.
There we go. Just a couple little passes, and then anytime we string 2 to 3 quick passes, we find space to break forward. Caitlin's got room to carry. See if she's looking for goal. It's all right. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, they just wanted to retreat back into the area and just keep taking the space until they made you stop. See if we can just lock it in here and hold on to it. Knock it around a little bit and see if we can't build up. Get something on frame here.
Do we got a baseball update? Or is Braden's team winning right now?
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No. No.
Pretty excited. Braden's playing very high-level summer baseball, right?
Yeah,
Down in North Carolina.
Coastal Plains League, and kind of living the dream, so to speak. Great ball in here.
Wow, Claire, that's a good ball in. Had 2 runners almost making the same run.
Still got 4 in there, though, so I like to see that.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things we saw tonight. We want to see continue into the next game, which will likely be against Geneseo, is just getting those numbers forward for the service. Because like you said, we get great balls in there. It just sometimes it's a numerical situation when they have 5, 6, 7 people in there and we send 3 versus when we can send 4 to 5 in the box. We just have a better chance to score. Claire here on her left foot. Now she's putting on her right and she's looking to strike. So a couple more changes here for the Irish. The thing about the Irish right now with some of the injuries, they don't have a lot of subs on the bench. So, we kind of talked about it. You get in a situation like this, maybe you want to rest some players, but they still have some starters out there that have to be out on the field. And yes. I think, is that KP making an appearance for the Irish?
Yeah,
they just recognized that.
I think she just got out of the brace here, not more than 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Again, a senior who started the year as a starter as a wide back and able to get an opportunity to play here today. I'm sure one of the things, obviously, being out that long would be kind of working yourself back into fitness and back into form. But just to get out there in a postseason game is exciting. And I know Lily was hoping to do the same. I'm not sure where she's at with her injury, but
still not 100%. And we'll kind of see as the weeks progress where she is. But I think there's some days she feels she's okay, and then just those high ankle sprains are hard to deal with.
Yeah, they're tough.
Nice ball here.
See if Natalie can get this
off.
off.
The back post here.
Oh, just couldn't wrap her foot around the ball to get that to the back post. But yeah, I mean, the longer we play, the better chance Lil has to get back out here and play. So we hope for a deep postseason run and give her an opportunity to get out on the field again. So Claire's going to take a break, and Celine's going to come out as well, and Jane Gears is going to move to the center forward position, and Natalie's going to shift out wide right.
Yeah, I think at this point you just got to kind of move people to places, get some people rest, and like you were saying, it's hard to get some of these starters off, and to do that we're going to have to put some people in some different spots just to make sure that people don't get any more banged up than they already are, and have a go.
Yeah.
Good shot there by Horst.
Yeah, Horst back in the game. Looks like she's going to play the attacking midfielder position in the whole first half. I think she might not have come off the field and played that defensive midfielder position.
Yeah.
Bear there winning the ball out of the air, which is nice to see. But it gives Horst an opportunity to attack here and maybe work on some of her shots from distance, which she didn't get a lot of opportunities to do, playing as that single defensive mid. Here we go. Sammy's got some space in front of her.
Nice little cut back here. Head up. Gears. Cousin to cousin. No, I'm sorry. That's Horst and
I was going to say,
Gears.
something I don't know.
Horst and Gears. I thought that was Horst at first. That was Sammy. You're right.
Sammy, yeah. But I'll tell you what, Jane for her club team, when she was with me, when she was real young, she played in the back, and then with when she played for Coach Della Valle's club team, she played more up front, I think, and then she's kind of shifted to the back. But she's got some experience playing up as a forward, so let's see if she can get one in the net. Oh, that was right at the tip of the 18, and I think she might have tumbled a little bit on the ball, but she obviously got a little bit of help.
She got the ball. I mean, I thought that was a pretty good tackle. Reached in and grabbed it.
Doesn't look like anybody's complaining, and probably wouldn't in a game like this.
Oh, I know somebody that would.
Who's that? You know what? I had an official write me the other day. He's like, "You're a lot nicer up there than you are on the sideline." Kind of like seeing me up there a little bit more.
You can coach from up here.
I know.
That'd be nice.
Maybe do this while coaching.
This is, I mean, I'll tell you what, you sit up here at a game, it's easy. It's
really
easy
is.
to see what's going on.
It really is.
When
Ground level is totally different.
It's so hard.
Different
You
ball
know,
game.
at times you're like not being able to see things and getting caught up in other stuff. But this is nice.
Well, you know, Coach Derek Amerman, he did a streaming live broadcast and commentated while coaching. Did you see any of that
I did
video?
not see
You
it,
got to pull that one
if
up.
there's
That's
one
pretty
man
good.
that can pull it off, it's Coach Amerman.
He pulled it off. He was doing interviews and commentary and coaching all at the same time. Man, I'd love to see Caitlin get a goal here tonight.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
She's had some shots. I mean, she probably had 3-4 shots.
Yeah. Well, she hit the post.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
We've hit the post 3 times tonight.
I didn't even think of that, but you're right.
Maya hit it. Somebody else hit it in the first half,
Maya
too.
on that breakaway.
And then we hit one here, but we had 2 in the first half, I thought, where we nicked it and we kind of went by. I can't remember who had that one, but I mean, it's just 3 off the woodwork is usually that happens to us when we lose 1-0.
Right. Man, what a beautiful night for a game, too.
Yeah. Winds died down.
This,
nice ball.
That's where you can take a chance as an attacking player to try to win that ball back. KP on it here now with some space to carry the ball forward. Finds Bentley. Continues to run through. We couldn't connect that pass. Horse now with a little bit of time on the ball. It's not a bad strike. Their left foot. Tell you what, the keeper's been clean the second half. I mean, she really hasn't made many mistakes.
No spills or anything. Just kind of collected everything she needs to collect. Made some hard, really difficult saves to kind of keep balls from being, put into some dangerous spots, and done a nice job.
I don't think Jenna had checked her shoulder there. Thought she had a little bit of room to turn. Nice job by Jenna. Little pull back, finds a simple pass.
Ooh, I want to give that one away there. Those turnaways sometimes get rid of a clean sheet.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to finish this on a good note, like we kind of talked about in the first half. I mean, we got 5.5 minutes left. This is another situation where I just think, put that,
I almost target. Yeah, Sammy is making a little run there. Just let's see if we can't target her. She's a big, strong kid that can go up and win one, or bring it down and find somebody else at that point. And
tell you what, we played Morton on the boys' side last game of the season. That's how we got ourselves back into the game. Had our right back, just found some space to get forward and started slipping balls to the back post, and we started making runs there, and we scored 5 second-half goals off of that kind of attack.
It's amazing what happens when you just get simple,
Hey, just put balls into dangerous areas, and again, it's kind of a numbers game. A lot of times defenses shift to the ball side, and you might find yourself in a one-on-one or maybe even a 2v1 opportunity on that back post.
Throw in here for Rock Island, kind of deep in their area. See if they can't build something up here. A little bouncer.
Yeah, that's not an easy one.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough as a goalkeeper. I mean, we saw that the other night. Anytime that ball's bouncing in front of you. And again, she hasn't seen a lot of action tonight, so you're kind of standing back there, and all of a sudden this shot comes in with a little bit of pep to it.
Little velocity and, bounces, and those bounces are always – I think I even said, like, the bounce. It makes you nervous not to sound like a bad guy here, but girl goalkeepers sometimes don't always handle those high bounces very well.
Yeah. I mean,
they're difficult. They're hard to read.
It's part of the game. Again, you don't see as many of those goals, on the boys' side.
Yeah.
You definitely see more on the girls' side. Those bouncing over your head or hard and high shots from distance are trouble. I've said trouble a lot when I've been commentating, but you see that ball come hard and high, and you're like, woof, look out. So it's kind of took a little bit of the air out of the sails. So, we got about 3.5 minutes here to go in the game.
we had just talked about kind of finishing on a strong note and, imposing that kind of, your style, but at the same time, you're trying to send a message to the next team as well. So, you always got to finish strong. You always want them to be looking at what you did and what they have to prepare for. Nice battle here by Sammy to kind of win that ball. Really kind of did a nice job of passing it to herself with her head and then trying to get on the end of it. Bentley with a shot from about 18.
And again, we said it earlier. I mean, Rock Island, they're not quitting. They're
Nope.
still fighting defensively to win tackles and to clear their box. And they had a dangerous set piece a few minutes ago. They were trying to score and get a shot off there and get their goal. So you got to give credit to Rock Island too. That I still hear their coaches down there. They're continuing to coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. They're trying to get numbers up and wanting them to continue to kind of attack and.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
It says a lot about their program that they're not just, kind of phone it in and say,
Yep.
game's over, season's over, and just kind of go through the motions. They're playing. There's another situation with Sammy kind of starting a run.
Wow.
Yeah, probably was a foul on the Irish there.
Yeah. Another post. That's I think our fourth post tonight.
Yeah. Sammy was aggressive there. Probably should have been called for a foul coming out, but
I thought that was a foul too.
But you play to the whistle, and our girls did, and we got a shot off there and nicked off the post. And the ball just seems to be finding Caitlin.
Be interesting to see how the IHSA does the assignments with the officials. I mean, you're used to usually at a sectional and a regional scene, the same three guys that would deal with the three games. Everybody would take their turn doing the middle. But with the way they've done it now, you probably aren't going to see the same crew twice.
Yeah, so
especially because you're traveling to a different almost region. I know it's in the regional, but it's almost like a sectional. Having to travel to Geneseo. For the second leg of this for us, if Geneseo wins, which I'm assuming they will, but you're not going to see the same crew probably.
No, it's a great point. I don't know how they're doing that. Like you said, typically they'd assign a regional crew and they rotate through, but
they possibly could say, hey, you're on in this regional, and you're going to have to probably travel.
Yeah, they possibly could. So the way it works, if you're not familiar, is the higher seed is hosting the game in the first two rounds here, the regional semifinal and the regional final. But since we're in a subsectional, this is my understanding. If the seeds were to play out, we would play at Morton in the sectional semifinal, but then we would be the bottom team in the sectional final, and they say the bottom seed gets the host.
Really?
So we would host, if the seeds were to all play out, we would host Dunlap in the sectional final.
Wow.
It's kind of interesting.
So everybody gets to be the top seed until the final.
Until the sectional level, and then if it's in a subsectional format, they say bottom team in the semifinal is the home team in the sectional semifinal, and the bottom team, the bottom team is the away team in the sectional semifinal, and the bottom team is the home team in the sectional final. So
interesting.
It's a little. You would have thought it was just higher seed hosts all the way through, but it's a little bit different because we're in a subsectional format.
Kind of what they used to do in basketball. They
Yeah.
used to do that.
Yeah.
So there's a final there for you. Irish take it 6-1 and advance to the regional. I guess we'll call it a regional final.
Well, regional final, sectional quarterfinal, whatever you want to call it.
It's a pretty big, long name. I don't know if they're going to fit it all on the plaque this year. But
well, that's another interesting thing
no
with the
plaques.
plaques. Well, there are plaques,
Yeah.
but they said they'll just mail them to you. So, you'll lose the idea of a regional, like presenting the plaque so they get to hold it up and celebrate.
Yeah.
I guess you just get it in the mail and then have a celebration at school. I don't know. But there will be because the super sectional, there will be a host site. So at the super sectional, they would have the plaque there, and you get the opportunity to receive the plaque there.
Yeah, hopefully our girls can get to that stage, and good win for us, and knock off one more win, and you try to get a few more wins and see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. We thank everybody for being on tonight, and we look forward to really doing one more of these this year. You know, and I
Hope
think
so.
that would be the best situation for us and for our girls, and hopefully we'll see you then.
Yeah, and thank you to Brian Simmons on the camera tonight. I don't know if Matt's hair real quick. No, Matt was the one that said he got the haircut. He's being funny. So thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Brian's done a great job all year, just kicking butt up here in the rain and the wind, and I think we had some snow at one point too and some sleet. So you're like a mailman. You get it done, brother.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
good night.